guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back on the FHG account and we are looking at the brand new Trial of God, which is the Echoing Valley. So getting in here, we're going to pick up the new mage artifact and get some resources out of here. We're going to get some stones, some elite stones. Looking at the trials, we're going with pretty much all of the top row. If a hero dies, damage dealt by the surviving enemies is increased by 80%. When an enemy hero dies, an explosion will occur. After 10 seconds of battle, you have a toxic gas that lasts 10 seconds. Each time an allied hero dies, which none of our allied heroes are going to die. Life leech of warriors. We have energy increased for tanks, haste for rangers, and then enemy mages recovery 50% more energy. So that brings us to our 36, which is what we want to do because we want those pole coins as well. So let's go ahead and we will get into the stages. So I've tried to cut couple different teams here. We tried the Speedy Lizard. Did not work very well, guys. The little trials that we did are dependent on the speed of killing out the enemy teams, which means you are going to need Eins. Eins is going to be a big requirement here to have the burst damage. Only thing that I consider about this team is running Ezio instead of Taylene. You're limited with the healing that you can do. Remember, when that mist is up, you see the green mist right there on our left-hand side. When the mist is up, we cannot recover energy and we cannot recover health within those 10 seconds. Meaning at the very beginning of battle, we are going to need some healing. As you can see here, Rowan is already taking a significant amount of damage and there's no one in this team to heal. So I'm actually going to swap Rowan out probably with Taylene so we can try to get some of the healing in here and the more support to allow Eins to get his burst damage in here. And I really do recommend slowing this down a little bit, not running it at the 4 speed. I'm sitting here just waiting with my finger right on that pause button. The second a hero dies, you can pause it, you can restart it. But looking there, Rowan is almost completely dead after the 3rd battle, and we need him to live through this entire trial. So I'm actually going to drop out Ezio on this one. We're going to put Taylene in here, because at the very beginning of battle, she is going to be able to heal. There we go, guys. So we got a good solid heal there on Rowan. You could even swap the next battle, possibly looking back at Ezio, but I wanted Taylene to be in here to go ahead and provide that support aspect so we can make sure that these heroes are going to live. If Rowan dies too early, he is not going to be able to heal with any of his potions. They're actually just going to sit there for the majority of battle. And again, I tried the Speedy Lizard. I tried a couple different combinations. I think if we changed up some of the trials, we could possibly get it to work. But this has been the best team to get through here that I found so far, running Taylene in here just for that very quick heal in the beginning. Then after we have that 10 seconds of the energy regeneration and the health regeneration, after that green cloud goes away, then you can get your healing back, which is good. Also with Taylene on the other side is if the cloud actually targets a different hero, if Arthur and Taylene are over there, it could possibly go ahead and target heroes that are on the other side because it goes on the most densely populated area. So if we have Elbato over there, that could be the most densely populated area. So again, just look at the power, guys, of the Heinz ult. It killed everybody except Rowan, and it would have taken out Rowan as well. But in that time, Rowan has the damage mitigation, his damage reduction, when he takes over that 10% damage. So here we're facing Flora. So again, another team comp you're going to have to kill very quickly in here because you have to bring Flora to the ground, guys. And a lot of times with Thorin, it can be tough because there goes Thorin. He dropped one time right there. Now we got to deal with his ult. Again, waiting till he goes down a second time to bring Flora out of the sky so we can go ahead and complete this one. So I think we only have 2 or 3 more. This is the really tough one, guys. This is the one you want to save your energy for. This is the Hypogens. Had to change up this formation a couple times. Had to try this one actually several times to get it to work. We need the stuns there of Rowan to CC some of these heroes. And we were lucky there. We took down Zolrath first, meaning we didn't have to try the battle again with him being tough. Then our final one is over here to our left with our last chief enemy camp. So again, slowing this down a little bit and making sure that you have your finger on the pause button, because if somebody does die relatively early, you can always reset it. And in here with having Aziz, Ainz cannot ult for after that 10 seconds. Once the 10 seconds drops, boom, there's our ult, meaning that we can take this down pretty easy. And Albedo did go down on that one, but that's okay, guys, because that was the final camp for our trial. There we go. So there's our 0 of 36. Got an elite hero, got 420 stones, got quite a few poke coins out of there. So let's go ahead. We're going to level up our artifact over here. We're going to hop on Ainz, and we're going to look at the artifact itself. Overall, a lot of players not too impressed with the artifact. So when you receive damage for the first time, you do steal some energy and you do steal some health recovery, which unfortunately it's only the first time, and without having this leveled, it's 5 seconds or it's 7 seconds, meaning that you're very reliant on the stats that are on the item itself. So when you look at the artifact itself, that is what you are reliant on, because after that 7 seconds that we do the initial steal, and that is if they take damage, guys. If we go into battle 15, 20 seconds in, the target doesn't take damage, there is not going to be any stolen energy or any stolen health to go ahead and pick up within there. So honestly, looking at the artifacts right here, so again, looking at the stats of the artifact, 6 haste, 5 attack, which 5% attack, not too bad. 11.7 HP at level 3. When the wielder receives damage from an enemy hero for the first time, guys, and that is really the caveat to this, it is only the first time, the wielder shall steal health regeneration and energy recovery from the attacker for the following 7 seconds. After those initial 7 seconds, the artifact is just going to be based on the equipment attributes themselves. There is not going to be anything going on with the rest of this artifact. Now, looking in comparison to the priority artifact, which is right here. So the Windbinder artifact for Ainz in particular, wielder immediately gains 300 energy points at the start of battle. Wielder loses 40 energy points per second for 5 seconds after using the ultimate ability for the first time. So as many of us know, the big priority here is getting Ainz to ult, because Ainz is going to do massive damage. So even looking at our attack, we get 5% on the other artifact. This one yields 10% still at the 3 stars. So we get twice as much attack out of this artifact. The other big thing is we want Ainz to ult. So he is going to gain 300 energy at the start of battle, meaning he is going to start just needing that 700 energy. When he starts to power up, he'll get a lot of more energy in addition at the beginning of battle. Couple that with Rowan, he will ult almost at the very beginning of battle because he's coming in with a very, very big bonus. Same is true for Mahira and a lot of other heroes. If they're coupled with Rowan, if they're coupled with the Z's for the energy regeneration, they will ult much faster. The big thing with the Windbinder artifact, which really makes it a priority for Ainz as well, is of course the crit amplification. This is what allows Ainz to do just a ton more damage, guys. So looking at the critical strike damage multiplier of the 0.50, and again, it is the critical strike damage. When it comes to damage and attack rating are a little bit different. In the calculations, if the point difference exceeds 30 points, each point difference will alter the critical strikes damage multiplier by 2%. That is right, guys. In total, critical strikes damage multiplier can be increased or decreased by a value of 75%. So this makes the ults even stronger, which is exactly what we want Ainz to do. We want him to come into battle. We want him to ult and kill everything, which you've seen there in the Trial of God, which we've seen in a lot of the campaign stages. If he ults once, usually he kills at least 2 or 3 heroes. If he gets 2 ults, because with those 2 heroes that he kills, he's going to get another 600 energy, meaning this artifact is still going to be the biggest priority. Unless something changes, unless there's an adjustment. The other artifact, even though it is a lot further into the game, the big thing that I see is if the wielder is not receiving damage. So if Ainz doesn't take any damage, it's very short-lived. And if he doesn't take damage, it's not going to make a difference in here. The haste buff is not big enough to go ahead and make a huge difference when it comes to the artifact. I would much rather have the 300 energy right off the bat. So guys, that will do it for the Trials of God with the Echoing Valley. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.